What's up, gang? I'm Coach Christine, and today I want to talk about helping you choose how to do ab exercises based off of the LadyBoss Trainer app. And there's a lot of ab exercises in here, so I get this question a lot. And I want to give you my best and most favorite tips and tricks, and then we'll kind of go over and do a little mini circuit together, okay? So what I like to think about when I'm focusing on core training is to remember that there's actually three parts to the core. You've got your frontal abdominals, your obliques, and your low back. So if I look at the LadyBoss Trainer app here, I'm going to pick one exercise that works each of those areas. Now, some of them are going to have crossover, right? They're going to work multiple areas, but let's talk about what that means. So first of all, we've got alternating forearm plank. So this exercise is foundationally a plank, okay? And I would call this a primarily frontal abdominal exercise, although you're definitely going to get your low back and glutes in there as well. Next, we've got ball crunches. This one, frontal abdominals, in my opinion. Ball tuck, this one same, so front of the body. All right, bicycle crunches. So bicycle crunches, or any movement where we're moving across in a twist type of movement, which we are in a bicycle crunch, that is for your obliques, side body. Okay. Then we've got Bosu ball crunches. This one's frontal abdominals. Crisscross mountain climber. So notice how it says crisscross. So we're getting a twist, which means that it's obliques. Okay, we're talking primary movers here. Yes, there's other stuff happening, but decline barbell twist, twist. There's your trick to remember. Oh, that's my obliques, side body. Okay, twist. Anything with a twist. Forearm plank, frontal abdominals. Yes, kind of full core in my opinion, but frontal abdominals, primary movers. Jumping forearm plank. So this one I think is kind of more like what I would call a plank jack, still frontal abdominals. Mountain climbers, frontal abdominals, because your range of motion now in this particular mountain climber, the knees coming directly under the body, not out to the side. There's no twisting. So again, frontal abdominals. Playing frontal abdominals, Russian twist. There's that word, twist. Twist is going to get you obliques, right? Scissor crossovers. Again, to me, a scissor crossover, this is going to be frontal abdominals, but you are getting a little twisting, so you could get a little obliques going on there. Ball passes, definitely frontal abdominals. Toe touch crunch. This is what I would call a hollow body up down and frontal abdominals. V-sit, frontal abdominals. Weighted jackknives, frontal abdominals. And windshield wipers is a twist. So that's obliques. So the exercises that are in the trainer app are primarily obliques and frontal abdominals. Yes, you're going to get low back. Yes, you're going to get glutes, hamstring, and all those with your planks. So anything with a plank variation. So if I was to make a little circuit, I would choose 3 out of exercises specifically out of this area of the trainer app. I would start with a frontal abdominal exercise. We'll do ball passes. I like ball passes. So we'll start with ball passes. And then for obliques, let's do, since I don't have a decline bench up here, we'll do Russian twist. So ball pass for my frontal abdominals, Russian twist for my obliques. And then I'm going to just choose a plank variation to make sure that I get my posterior chain as well. And let's just do good old fashioned plank. Okay, so I would make a circuit out of those 3 exercises, and I would do 3 sets of 8 to 15, depending on, where I'm at ability wise. So let's just do 1 set of each of those exercises for, let's just do 8 reps. And you might be thinking like, how are we going to do reps of plank? Well, I'm actually going to add a little extra flair to the plank to get you an extra posterior chain added bonus. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go ahead. So I'm going to get my ball for my ball pass. a little bit of weight for my Russian twist. Something, yeah, I'll use a sandbag, why not? And then we'll go on to our planks. So that first one we're going to do is ball pass. So let's give you some little tips and tricks for the ball pass. So my ball has sand in it, which makes it heavier, so it's going to be a little bit harder. But no matter the type of ball that you have, you can actually you could use a pillow, you could use anything that you can hold in your legs. So one tip for this is to remember that the foundation of this exercise is hollow body. So you want to make sure that your low back stays connected throughout the movement. And as I pass the ball to my hands, the farther away from my body the ball is, so if it's way up in my feet, the harder it's going to be. And the more leverage this ball is going to create, and it's going to make it harder. If I want it to be a little bit easier, I can pass the ball closer to my body, like more in my knees. Okay? And that's going to make this movement a little bit easier. We can also come to the floor at the top or bottom. All right, so we're going to do 8 of these. Let's do it. 1, 2, keeping your low back connected. 3, keep breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, moving on to a Russian twist. So, some tips for a Russian twist. If you have low back pain or weakness, I want you to really make sure that you're mindful of your twisting. And this goes for any twisting movement. Okay, don't go too big in your twist if it hurts. You can also do this without weight. I teach this without weight all the time in different group fitness classes. And I just tell my students to make a diamond. And then we start with our heels on the floor. Okay, so a couple things that are going to make this harder or easier. So this is your starting position. The more upright I am, my head right in line with my spine, the easier it's going to be. Okay, the more I lean back, the harder it's going to be. You want to keep that back nice and flat and straight. You don't want to collapse into your chest. A couple other things you can do to advance the difficulty here. Lift a leg, lift 2 legs. Okay, if you're doing the one leg, I recommend that you do half of your set with one leg lifted and then half with the other. No twisting, okay? I find that twisting tends to lead to muscular imbalance. Oftentimes people will just let their strong side take over or twist. Now, if you want some weight, you can also add weight for a further challenge. Another super important thing with Russian twist, don't go too fast. If you're moving too fast, and this goes for all core exercise, you're really robbing yourself of quite a bit of the benefit. Keep it slow, okay? So I'm gonna do a weighted feet on the floor version. I'm gonna take a lean back, and we're gonna do 8 on each side. 2, my count 1, 2, 3, 4 is about 4 beats. Option. Option. Back is flat. And relax. Good job. All right, last but not least, we're going to do our plank. I'm going to add a little extra posterior chain zhuzh to my plank. So you're welcome to take this or just hold your plank for the duration. So we're going to set ourselves up in tabletop. So the way we get to plank, we're going to focus on our upper body first. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Hip over knees. I'm just going to walk my feet out one at a time. I'm going to move up a little bit so you can see my whole body. And here I am in plank. No saggies, no pop-ups. Okay? And the way that you make sure that you're not popping is to make sure your stack in your upper body stays very strong. So I'm going to do a plank leg extension. This is great for the posterior chain. So we're going to flex the ankle and then return. Now, one of the things I see in this is thinking that it has to be a big movement. It's a small movement, and it's very concentrated in your lower back and glute connection if you do it right. So you might feel it right here, or maybe even in your butt cheek. And it's slow and controlled, and the knee stays straight, okay? So my knee stays straight. I'm not doing a big kick up into the air, which is a totally different exercise. All right, so we're gonna do 8 on each side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, checking in with plank, 6, 7, each time, 8, halfway, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, just one little extra tip, if you're like, I can do like, you know, a couple of those in plank, but then I get tired and my form gets not so great, that's okay. Slow it down, rest, reset. Another option is to drop to the knees, extend one leg. You have a plank position here, tuck the belly under the spine, lift and lower, keeping the leg nice and straight. So there's your plank variation. I'm Coach Christine. I hope you got some good ideas from this. Pair those 3. Make sure you're working this part, and this part. That is your core, not just the 6-pack, okay? And that'll set you up for success in movement, because all movement comes from the core. You cannot move your arms or legs or do anything really without a strong core. So keep it slow. Momentum is your enemy in core work. Focus on your form and get all 3 parts. Do it well, and then build on that. See you next time.